Respected President Sir, Honorable Judges and former judges, eminent lawyers, academicians, and other dignitaries attending the meeting. I am immensely grateful to the team PRTC for providing me this opportunity to speak a few words on this very special occasion of commemorating the 105th birthday of Justice B.R. Krishna Iyer and inauguration of the legal service wing of the PRTC. When Professor George Godboys, who is the author of the book Judges of the Supreme Court of India, 1950 to 1989, was asked a question, who was the best judge India has ever seen? He answered, the choice is between Justices P.N. Bhagavati and V.R. Krishna Iyer. But it is my view that Justice Krishna Iyer was the best of the two, impeccably honest, a game changer in that he, more than Justice Bhagavati, spoke effectively for the poor. Justice Krishna Iyer was, I believe, the founder of public interest litigation and the liberal expansion of locus standi. Justice Krishna Iyer explained the reasons for liberalization of the traditional role of aggrieved person standing on the basis of his strong conviction that the higher judiciary, especially the Supreme Court, should not be beyond the reach of the poor, illiterate, downtrodden Daridra Narayanas of the Indian population. His Lordship believed that the constitutional revolution, which was the vision of the founding fathers, was entrusted to the judiciary. According to him, vast powers under jurisdiction could be used to enforce the socio-economic liberation and upliftment of the have-nots implicit in the constitutional provisions. In Somprakash Rekhi, he held the court cannot connive at a process which eventually makes fundamental rights as rare as roses in December or ice in June. It is for these reasons that Professor Ubendra Bakshi has once remarked that the Supreme Court of India was Krishna-Iyerized to become the Supreme Court for Indians. This is Krishna Iyer was well aware of the fact that merely by having a constitution, we cannot have constitutionalism. Constitutionalism for him was fairness, rule of law, non-arbitrariness, and above all, justice according to law. He understood that what we needed was transformative constitutionalism in the sense we understand that expression at present. If constitution is not a static document, how it is transformed, how its provisions have been interpreted to adapt to the changing needs of social realities. In one of his articles, Justice Krishna Iyer wrote, I quote him, the personality of the judge matters. His philosophy is decisive, and his conscious or subconscious plays a decisive role in the exercise of judge power, particularly where it closely touches contemporary economic and social problems. From his judgment and academic writings, it can be easily perceived that the transformational leadership that Justice Krishna Iyer was having resulted directly from his proactive attitude and a judicial philosophy with a subalternist inclination. This is the reason why Justice Krishna Iyer's attitude towards a variety of issues was predictable. If it was a labor matter, he sympathized always with the workmen. If it was a fatal accident case, he stood for strict liability. If it was concerned with the prisoners' rights, he stood for the right to life of prisoners. And for him, a right to bail was a rule, as already mentioned, and jail was an exception. In short, for him, a wrong was a wrong, and it had to be exposed. This was what the great jurist, senior lawyer Fali S. Nariman said of him once. And to conclude, Justice Krishna Iyer, with this strong commitment to social justice and inclusivity, acted as a mentor and chief patron of PRTC by rendering invaluable guidance, motivation, emotional support, and role modeling to Mr. Nawaz Jan A. who is behind this institution. And I take this opportunity to wholeheartedly wish every success to all the endeavors of PRTC and Sri Nawasjan, including those of the newly inaugurated Justice P.R. Krishna Iyer Legal Studies. Thank you.